Timber!
Hiya dishies! Here's the first of the doll videos from the estate sale, the mega estate sale I went to. If you didn't see video 1, I don't even know how many there are going to be, probably 4 or 5 altogether. If you didn't see the first one, I'll leave a link in the description box or put it across the screen. I spent a total of about $120. So everything I bought was between $1 and $5, including the baby carriage, the antique carriage that the babies wheeled in on. I'm going to start with my composition baby that I bought at the estate sale, but I wanted to just show you this one. I did show her last year. This was the first doll I bought. Since I started crushing hard on baby dolls. I found her for $8 at an antique mall. She has a broken arm, and that's when I learned that this doll is made of composition, which is sawdust and glue and resin, and they were popular in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s before they made hard plastic and vinyl dolls. I bought this one at the estate sale. She's also an all composition doll, and her arms and her legs move. She doesn't have any marking, and you can see they are very, very similar. This one's a little bit bigger. They have molded hair and a painted face and movable arms and legs, and they're made entirely out of composition. There are no markings. But I think these babies were made by a company called Reliable, just like the word sounds. And I think that is a Canadian doll making company. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so I really love this dolly because she's like a little sister to my broken arm girl. I bought these 2 books there. This is a price guide. I mean, of course, these are going to be out of date. This is a Deanna Durbin doll on the cover. This is called Composition to Vinyl, but it has some pictures of dolls in there. Oh, and it came with, I forgot, it came with this retro napkin inside. And the copyright on this book is 1973, but I just bought it to learn from and read about. So there's that. And then this book is called Dimples and Sawdust. This is by Madeline Selfridge and Marlo Cooper. And this edition is from 1967. So let's just say it's as old as I am. I have this handsome young man. Look at that face. He is beautiful. He has molded hair. He's made of hard plastic. He is jointed at his shoulders and his hips and his neck. He has sleep eyes. Big, beautiful sleep eyes. He's made by Ideal, and he is about 8.5 inches. And he's a walker doll, which means if you move his feet to walk him, he turns his head. And this is exactly how I found him. He was dressed like this with some little shoes, and he's marked Ideal right here on his back. And he's made of hard plastic. This pretty girl is a tall, leggy, lovely. She is made of entirely of composition. She moves her arms and her legs, but her head does not move. She has beautiful blue painted side eyes, and I don't know what her hair is made out of. I'm guessing it's some kind of wool because it's a little bit felted. It is a wig, which is glued on She is marked on her back. She is marked WOL, which is a company called Gilt Toy, G-I-L. You can see her mark there. And they were a Canadian company. And she is really cool. I love the way that she looks. Do you know who this is? Look at those cute little wedge eyes, side eye, and those cheeks. I can't remember if she was dressed in anything, but some of the dolls, their clothes were disintegrating and I just had to throw them away. I can't remember if this was her original dress or not. This is a Campbell soup doll, and she was made by Reliable, and she's about 10 inches tall. She is a squeaky toy, and in the back of her head there's the little hole which allows her to squeak, and her marking is back here, and it says Campbell and then Reliable in a kind of cursive underneath it. I don't know when she was made, and she's made out of a kind of a rubbery vinyl. Isn't she cute? Speaking of rubbery dolls, these are 9-inch Cubey dolls. Well, they're not Cubey dolls, they're Cubey's friend called Scoodles. So this was Cubey's friend. Scoodles has more hair than Cubey, and Cubey, of course, was designed by Rose O'Neill in, I don't remember what year. I'll put it across the screen. And Scoodles came a little bit later. These are made of kind of a vinyl, and they were probably from the 1960s or 70s. I have 2 of them. They both came with outfits, and I did clean these outfits. I soaked them and tried to get the dirt off of them. I just wanted to show you what they look like under the clothes. Only one came with the shoes here, and they're kind of, I don't know if they were, if this outfit was something that the person who owned them made, or if she came in this outfit. I have no idea. She's marked Cameo on her neck and her back, and she has a hole too. I don't know if she was meant to squeak, but she doesn't. I don't know if the other one squeaks or not, but look at that face. Her tag is a bit messed up, but it says Scoodles by Rose O'Neill Cameo Doll. Look at those eyes. If you want to learn more about Rose O'Neill and her Cubeys, I'll put a link in the description box below. She was a very interesting person. Here's the pretty mama doll you saw lurking in one of my other videos. She has a composition shoulder head, meaning that the head and shoulders are all one piece formed out of the composition, with molded hair and a painted face. She has composition arms and a soft body with sawdust legs, or these are straw legs with cloth, muslin cloth. And she has a mama squeaker inside her. I'm gonna take her dress off. This was not the dress she came in. I'll put her in the dress she came in, but I wanna show you what she looks like underneath. She's completely unmarked, and she is 18 inches tall, maybe even a little bit taller than that. One of the things that happens with the composition is that it cracks and the paint starts to come off, and it just doesn't do well with temperature changes, or if you get it a little bit wet. They really weren't indestructible. She's in really good shape. And you can see her arm here is kind of similar. You can see she's cracking a little bit on the back, but she's really in pretty good shape. And here's her squeaker. I don't know why I keep calling it a squeaker. It's a voice box, and it would work like when you move the doll from lying down to upright, or sometimes even from squeezing the doll. And she has jointed legs, which is kind of cool. And I think she is just great. I love her so much. And I don't know, I would guess she was probably from the 1920s or something like that. She was just wearing this little slip. I think she's adorable. This next doll was probably my favorite. Next to the mama doll, I like them both equally. She has also a composition shoulder head, and she has composition hands, which you can see, and a soft body and legs. Her body, her belly, is full of straw, and her arms and legs are full of sawdust. Here she is without her wig and obviously without her leg. She was lying in the carriage. I have a bandage on her, and her leg was split in two places. It was split right here above the knee, and the sawdust was spilling out, and it was split at the hip where you can see it actually broke off. Her hair was glued on, and that actually also came off, but you can kind of see how it's constructed with the muslin underneath. And it feels like human hair. I don't know if it is or not. I did try to comb it a little bit, and it was kind of, parts of it were falling out, so I didn't want to do too much to it. It's very brittle, but it's kind of pretty. And I don't know, I kind of like her without the wig also. And there she is. She didn't have any clothes on. Now, the only thing that's a little bit odd about her are her shoes, which are also composition. She has these Dutch style clogs on, and it looks like her foot is just glued in there. So I don't know if that was how she was originally made or not. But you can see how fragile she is. I have no idea if that's even fixable or not. I don't care. I don't know how much she cares, because I just think her painted face is absolutely beautiful. She is unmarked. I'll show you the back of her. And her arms and legs are jointed, so they actually move. You can see where she's been repaired over the years. Oops, I don't want to handle her too much. Someone obviously has re-sewn that. But here's her joints here. Here's the back of her. There's no marking. I think she's just lovely. I think she's probably the oldest one out of the dolls I bought. I have more dollies, smaller dollies. I'll give you a little example of one of the smaller dollies that I found, and that will be part 2 of the dolls, which I'll do next time. Thanks for stopping by. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this, and there's a lot more from this estate sale and a lot more little dolls. Have a great day, everyone. Ta for watching.